outside in my backyard, and we're having a conversation, and we really was like four little lovebirds outside in the backyard. And I'm like, man, I know that I definitely manifested my man.
Right.
And because I was like, listen, y'all, I was opposed to relationships. I was in my bag. I was like, fuck a nigga, they distractions.
Okay.
I was like, I don't want no distractions. They come in your life and they control you and they get in the way, and I just was not for it.
Yeah.
And then I changed, and we both talked about things that we did. And y'all, just like that, my marketing director was there, and we decided in that moment that we're going to do an event. We're going to do an event. Stormy Wellington and Alexis Skyy is going to do an event. And I want y'all to write this down. It's called Manifesting the Man. Manifesting the Man. Guys,
all my single ladies,
come on. Imagine learning exactly who you got to become and what you got to do in an intimate room with two women that come from some of the similar background that you come from.
Hello everyone, it's your sister Roland, and all I need is a few minutes to talk about the video clip that you saw earlier. It was of Coach Stormy. You know, Coach Stormy is a very well-known coach. She has different business ventures. She has written different books, and she has a lot of different things going on. And she also has a reality TV show that's going to be starring very soon on Lifetime. She had this candid conversation which is like maybe a show that she has on Instagram with different people, and she had it with Alexis Skyy McFarlane, who was also a reality TV star, and she was on Love and Hip Hop New York and Atlanta. So they were having this conversation where they were talking about their manifested relationships, and they were also promoting the conference that they were going to have back on February the 12th, where they were going to, give people tips or whatever on how they manifested their relationship and the different things that they had to do and their partners had to do to get each other, I guess. So, but everybody's manifesting these days. People are more focused on manifesting instead of praying and seeking God's will, because most of the time, some of what we desire, we have to check them and make sure they align with what's in God's will for our lives, because we don't know the future, but God does know the future. Sometimes we may think, hey, this is what I want, this is the type of person I want, this is the type of job that I want, this is where I want to go, this is where I want to live, but it may not be beneficial in the future for you. That's why you always, whatever you do, you're always supposed to check with God. So with this manifestation thing, is you just manifesting what you want. It's not you checking with God. And people could argue as much as they want. It's about you. And my problem with this new manifesting movement, what they're promoting, manifesting the man, is that these ladies have not been in this manifested relationship long enough so that people can know that it is successful or it will be successful. Because I don't think they have been with these men for a year, actually in a relationship, intimate relationship. And even a year is not enough. Even 2 years is not enough, especially if you're manifesting. So you would have to come back. Some stuff you have to come back after 5 years. How did it go? 10 years, definitely. Because even if the person was pretending, whatever you may be doing, you can't pretend for 10 years. Your true self gonna come out. But even before that. So they are not qualified to be promoting and to promoting manifesting the man, so that people can promote a manifested relationship. Because at the end of the day, you don't know if it's gonna work. You don't know if it's gonna work between you and your kings. You don't know. And a lot of things people are doing nowadays is motivated by money. It's money, because it's a lot of single women And many of these single women are looking for a partner. And some of them, they, keep on having failures. They don't know how, or they may be scared. And basically, if you want to make money, you can make money on a lot of single men and single women. And that's what's going to happen. Not saying that that's what their motivation is, but that's what a lot of people are doing nowadays. And I remember it was a very well-known, let's say, pastor. It was a woman. She had just got married. She wasn't even married for 6 months. They wasn't even married for 3 months, I think. And then they decided to do a marriage conference. You just got married, so they was doing a marriage conference, and then I think they had a podcast or something like that. They had some type of show, and then they were saying different things that they did in their bedroom. It was ridiculous. Those people didn't even last a year. I mean, what happened? It was chaotic. It just didn't end well. It didn't end well at all. She's, I think till this day, she's still single, but the guy ended up marrying somebody else, and he's been with that person for a few years now. But their relationship did not last. So some things you cannot promote. Not saying that, hey, 5-10 years down the line, maybe they'll still be together, and they'll be able to tell, this is what we did, this is what I did, and this is what we did, and this is what we went through, and this is what we overcame. And if you have manifested a relationship, we're giving you hope that it can work out. But these women can't say that. They can't say that at all. And we are living in a time you can't just only be manifesting men. You have to get equipped. You have to get knowledge, and in order to vet people that are going to come in your life in any intimate relationships. Because at the end of the day, yes, they probably said this is what they did, but it was only open to 100 people. But this live was seen by thousands and thousands of people. Thousands. They didn't exactly went into detail, what they had to do. And so a lot of people left thinking, hey, all I need to do is manifest this man. But when you manifest this man, when he comes into your life, then what? Are you prepared for this type of man? Because just like you have a list, that man also have a list. Are you compatible? Because most of the time we want God, a man of God, and different things like that. But the man of God, are you what the man of God is looking for? So we have to put that in perspective. And we're living in a time where this manosphere or red pill and MGTOW movement is putting men against women, especially black men against black women, but all races of things, because it's not only black women that are losing in relationships, it's also white women and different races of women. Because we are very successful. We can be very successful at starting businesses and jobs, but we are not successful in relationships. We are not. And you cannot rely only on manifesting. You need to get knowledge. You need to know, hey, what red flags to look for and what are green flags to look for. Because you're just not looking for, that's a red flag, and then you're missing all the green flags. And then when you do see a red flag, how to go about it? Do you walk away immediately? Do you give it another chance? You have to know what to do. And especially if you are a single woman, whether you have children or don't have children, and then you had to, can't climb the corporate ladder, or you had to make a business work so you could feed your family, or you could feed, so you could have something to pass on to your children. Sometimes when we are so used to getting for ourselves, when we do get into a relationship, we don't know how to take off that boss hat and become, a wife. and a wife who's able to submit. And I know submission, a lot of people have a problem with submission because it has been villainized. The Bible says you're supposed to submit one to another. It's just not one person submitting. We have to submit one to another.